Hey guys, Trev from the Struggling Artist Podcast, and I want to talk to you real quick about Struggling Artist Record Club. The Struggling Artist Record Club is a vinyl record subscription service where I hunt and curate the best punk and punk-adjacent music out there and mail their record to your door each and every month. Imagine finding your new favorite band from across the country without ever having to leave the house. It doesn't get much better than that. The excitement of discovering new music just got that much easier. As a member of the Struggling Artist Record Club, you are going to receive some of the best music you've ever heard from bands you may never even heard of. Whether you've been collecting records for years or just starting out, the Struggling Artist Record Club is designed specifically for you. And right now, all new members get a Struggling Artist Record Club exclusive along with the monthly selection. So head to StrugglingArtistRecordClub.com, pick a membership, and start building that collection today.
You're listening to the Struggling Artist Podcast.
People need to be entertained. They need the distraction.
With your host, Trev Allen.
I wish to God that somebody would do something to block out the voices in my head for 5 minutes.
Hey everybody, today my dear friend Bree Myers is back to talk about Allegedly Records and all sorts of things. Actually, she's got a lot going on, and she came on the podcast to talk about it. Stay tuned to the end to hear a song off of Allegedly Records from a band on Allegedly Records. This is episode 281 of the Struggling Artist Podcast, struggling with the return of Bree Myers. So I get like fucking PTSD from working on like anything like cars or lawnmowers because like I ran my father's garage for so long, and like
gotcha.
And like, you know, everyone knows him and I we don't talk or anything. So it's like every time, and if I do something and I'm bad, like it's not working, like then I get like really like you know, I was running around. It's been a stressful day. So
I've been cleaning my house and my kids are disgusting and they just went to their dad's for 2 weeks. So I was like, I'm going to put my house back together. And then my 13-year-old daughter has been up my ass for days because we didn't have any bottles of water. And I go into her bedroom and there's like a dozen half-drank bottles of water in there.
Oh, well, maybe she's looking at it as the glass is always half full.
I was like, bitch, add ice. I was like, those are perfectly fine.
No doubt. Oh man. What's been up? It's been a minute, I think, right?
Not too much. Fucking kids had all kinds of shit there at the end of the year for school and band, and so I love how they like shove everything into a 2-week period.
Yeah, everything.
Yeah. We just got back from vacation, so I don't know, I'm chilling.
I know. You look like you had some fun. Where'd you go?
So Ryan's family lives in Dagsboro, Delaware, which is like near Bethany Beach.
Okay.
So we went to the boardwalk there one day and we took the kids to Assateague Island where all like the wild ponies and stuff are.
That's awesome.
That was fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Look at you all domesticated and shit.
I know, right? What the fuck? Where did that come from?
Oh, man. Right?
Still slightly feral. I'll always be slightly feral.
It's been a minute, like I said, and you got a lot going on right now with Allegedly.
I do.
Yeah.
Tons. It's been a crazy busy year already.
Where do we start? We'll start. What's the closest thing going on right now?
Probably I'm getting the comp ready for our show and for Fest. So that's what I'm working on right now.
All right. Tell me about the comp.
So basically, I'd say almost every single one of our bands is putting out an album this year.
Wow.
I know. I'm going to be super busy here starting very, very soon. So we're just taking like a bunch of their new songs and leading up to the next announcement, we got 3 bands on Fest in Florida this year. So I'm just going to go down with a shitload of comps and just hand them out to everybody and get people to the venues to see our bands.
You doing CDs, tapes,
I think
vinyl?
CDs.
CDs,
yeah. CDs are probably the most cost effective for what we're doing there, you know?
What's the roster right now? What's the allegedly roster at the moment?
Oh man, I'm gonna have to pull up the website.
I know.
There's no way I'm gonna know that off the top of my head.
I'm always throwing ringers at people.
Right? So we have a Muse out of Chicago, City Escape Artists out of Pittsburgh, Curse Words out of DC, Idle Minds out of I'd say Baltimore area.
Mm-hmm.
And then Malva is Mikey Muse from a Muse's side band. So we tend to sign all of our bands as like side projects.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Orlando Furioso is our hardcore band out of Maryland. Paperback Tragedies in Baltimore. Sklutzer in DC. Super High Tech Jet Fighters are out of like the Harrisburg Central PA area. We have Trash Rocket in Virginia. This is a train wreck in Southern California, and the Treaties out of Central Pennsylvania as well.
Man, so you got excuse me, you've got quite the roster and like some familiar faces from prior, and you got a bunch of new bands. It looks like too.
Yeah, I'm almost to the point where I'm maxed out.
Yeah,
like unless I get some help managing bands and all of that stuff, I don't know that I'm going to be able to sign too many more without. I don't know. I feel like if I take on too much, then the people who have been with me for years are going to kind of suffer for that. So
yeah.
I don't want that to happen.
And there's a thing like, you know, there's definitely a point where when you're a small business, you know, you got to look at it as like, we don't want to grow beyond our means, right? You don't want to grow faster than you don't want to grow faster with your roster than you can within the company. So that makes sense. It makes total sense.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people don't do it that way.
Well, I like Idle Minds have been with me since the absolute very beginning. You know what I mean? So I don't feel like I'd be doing them justice if I'm like focusing on all these new bands and getting them all set up. And so I don't know. I like to take care of the people who have been with me the entire time as well.
Yeah, well, we know that. We know that. You take care of a lot of us, actually.
It's because I love you guys.
You're a band of misfits, you know, cretins.
Yep. The most dysfunctional family ever, and I'll take it.
Yeah. So all right. So tell me what's going on with allegedly in Snub Records. Like, what do you? Did the roster include bands that were going to be for those or no?
No, that wasn't them at all. Actually.
Okay. So that was just allegedly.
Yeah.
So what do you got going on?
Ronnie from Snubbed Records have kind of partnered up, and we're just strictly like releasing albums for bands with that one. So I'm not gonna like, you know, if you hit me up and you're like, hey, do you have any contacts for this area to book? Like, I'll absolutely help, but like, I don't like actively help them with shows, that kind of thing. Like, it's strictly just to help them put out their music and promote their music.
Okay.
So right now we have done TA80. I think they're from Texas. Who else have we done? The Subtastics from the Baltimore area. Great group of dudes. And they're one of those things too. Like, I wanted to work with them, but like we already have so many bands in the Baltimore area that it's hard to like, you know, if a band comes to town, I have like 5 different bands that want to open for them. And then I have to pick and choose who I send to the promoter. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then the Stivs, who is Wes from the Jet Fighters side project, we put out theirs. Theirs is really good. It's like this old school fucking rock and roll. I think you'd like it a lot if you haven't heard it.
I don't think I've heard that yet. No. You'll have to send it to me.
Yeah. I will.
Send me a link.
They do a cover of Johnny Thunders' I Want to Be Loved.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So, all right. So But Snubbed Records still doing stuff too, or is it just, or is he just focusing on
I think so,
this?
not as much as he used to, you know what I mean? But I think he was talking about getting back into it, and I was like, well, hey, I want to do more, but I kind of need some help, so why don't you be my partner?
Nice. And that's where
And
you
I
are.
love those boys. I drag them along for all of my shenanigans, you know what I mean?
I started a group chat with them and Paul Neal to like,
Oh shit, that's awesome.
to like, well, so I was thinking, because like bands that I'll have on, they'll be like, hey, do you have any other like podcasts we can go to? And I'm like, I don't know. You know what I mean? So I started this like chat group with them on Messenger, and it's just like, hey, this band, you know, this is a band that I know out here. They're looking to book some podcasts. If you guys like it, let me know. I'll send them your contact. And like, you know, we did it once over, and it seems to be, they're like, yeah, this is a cool idea. So we'll see how it goes. You know,
Yeah.
I'm learning from
I
you.
love that idea.
I'm learning from you, your networking skills, Bree. You know,
The network is how you make it work.
yeah, it really is. So I was thinking about, I don't know, and I'm just spitballing here. So anyone who's listening to this, don't take me, don't take it as like this is like scripture. You know what I mean? I was thinking about maybe dipping into like a some kind of like a label thing next year.
Nice.
Depending on the finances, how I'm doing. So I'm trying to dig out of all my debt right now, and it sucks.
No, don't even talk to me about that. I literally have $17 in my checking account right now.
Oh man, I'm at this, and then like things keep popping up, like the lawnmower today, and
Yeah.
and then last week I had to put one of my cars. I have two cars. I have one that was like a work car for my business, a work vehicle, and I was like, this will be paid off in a year. And then as soon as I said that, COVID hit, and like, so now I've been like making payments on that as well as my normal driver, and like, so anyway, my normal driver, I had to put it in the shop because it's been pretty hot already, which it's last couple years it's been hot later than it was earlier, and this year it's been hot.
Fair.
This year's been hot right away, and like I haven't had AC in 2 years. I'm like, I need an AC. I can't. So that cost
Mine
me.
just shit on me, and I'm like dying.
It's so bad.
Yeah,
so
like
bad.
the worst thing in the world is waking up in the middle of the night sweaty.
Yeah.
Like nothing puts me in a bad mood for the next day more than that.
Yeah. Oh, you mean you for your house? This was for my car. I had to do my car.
Oh, yeah, that sucks too. My
Yeah.
This is the first time in probably my adult life that I had a car with an AC.
Yeah, there you go. That's awesome.
Yeah. Getting stuck in fucking rush hour traffic in DC with no AC is no joke.
I remember one time one of my work vehicles. So I used to buy like a $500 car and use that for a work vehicle because everything I did was kind of local. And one time I was like stuck. I was so hot, and I was supposed to do like 3 different routes, and I did the second route, and I came back to do the third. And one of the guys that I worked, that was like a contractor there too, he's like, hey, go home. You don't look good. And I had like heat exhaustion from riding around with no AC.
Yeah.
Oh man, it was worse. Yeah, so everything.
Peeling yourself off the seat.
It was so bad. So yeah, a lot of things just kind of popped up. But I'm hoping maybe next year I can start I'm projecting that next year I would start planning, being able to be.
Sure.
But I don't want to.
Well, the great thing about running a label is because, obviously I talked to so many independent label owners over the years and whatever, is we all do it differently. So you can put in as much or as little money as you want.
Yeah. So I think I want to do. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not going to get into it because then people are going to be hitting me up, and I'm like, I'm not ready yet. You know what I mean? But that is something in like
send your music to Trev.
that is something in like the projected future for.
No, I would love that. Hit me up. We'll co-release some shit together.
For sure. So yeah, but so you got a full roster, and then you got this other thing. This what do you call
Snubbed by allegedly.
It's called Snubbed by Allegedly. So is it just another label then, or is it like?
Well, so we did it that way. So all we have, like, we can still tag both label pages, and we don't have to like create a whole new social media account.
Yeah, who needs another one of those?
Good Jesus Christ, not me. I have so many.
Yeah.
Not nearly as many as I used to, but I still have so many.
Yeah. No, I'm thinking about other things that I have going on. I'm like, I don't want to do another social media.
Yeah.
Even like my personal one is what I use for the record club. I won't.
Yeah.
I don't see a point.
I didn't, when I started Punk Around and Find Out, I didn't start a new Instagram or anything for that. I was like, you know what? You can just look at my personal.
Yeah.
And if you don't like it, you can kick rocks.
Yeah. How's that going?
It's good. I've kind of like hit a roadblock just time wise, because like writing the reviews the way that I'd like to write them is time consuming, So I haven't had time to. I have an outline of the next one, but when I actually sit down and write it will be, I don't know, hopefully soon.
Yeah.
But it's awesome. I like getting back to just writing reviews and it's awesome with that because like I don't give a fuck about page likes. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I do it just for the sheer love of doing it.
Yeah. It's sometimes like, and I'm sorry, I haven't written anything yet.
That's all right. I'll let you pass. I guess.
For me, I just need something's got to hit me so hard to make me want to, because I used to do like writing reviews for a website. So like the monotony of it for me is just like, it's funny. So by the time this drops, the episode would already drop, but I spoke to one of the owners of Dying Scene. And I had him on, and like we were talking about like the art of writing a review, you know what I mean, and like how you gotta really take your opinion out of it and keep it all factual, So that's
and it's hard for me too taking the opinion out of it because like I don't have a music background, so I can't tell you in what beat the drum's playing, or or what speed, or what I don't even know what it's called. You know what I mean? Like right. I don't know any of the technical terms, so I write how it makes me feel, I guess.
No doubt. Yeah, that's I do that. So like the last review I wrote, like I always put like at the bottom I put an opinion part in there, like you know what I mean, like as a new like passage, So that's the best way I can do it. But nothing. I don't know. I've been so busy with everything. It's been so hard to like. I haven't even.
No, I
haven't even done.
And that's why for
writing.
my writers, like I don't have due dates. Like I don't give anyone shit for not turning anything in. Like we all have lives. We're all doing this for fun. I don't pay anybody.
Yeah.
Nobody's paying me.
Right. Yeah. No. It's and I thought about, so now that we have the website for the podcast, like I thought about having a section for that. I'm like, this is so much work.
Yeah.
It's just everything we do is, I don't think people realize how much work goes into all of this,
Yeah. I mean, just maintaining a website is bullshit busy work. And like, we don't update our allegedly website nearly as much as we should, but it's just one of those time sucks.
Yeah. It just like stresses me out sometimes. So, well, we were supposed to do this a while ago, and then we had a push, and then I pushed, and then today I kept extending the time we started. I know you got some big news coming out of Gainesville, right?
Yeah.
What's going on? Let's talk about the fest.
We got 3 bands on fest this year. Curse Words out of DC, Skluts out of DC, and the Jet Fighters out of Central PA.
That's awesome. Now, what went into like getting them on there?
Pure luck, to be honest. Networking. I happened to be friends with the promoter's friend, and she put in a good word for us, and he went and looked for the allegedly email.
It's all about who you know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna buy her drinks every time I see her for the rest of my life. And that's what's so awesome. Like, she definitely didn't have to do that.
Yeah. I felt like fest was a goal for you for a while too.
Yes.
So
absolutely,
you hit that mark, and I'm sure you were. I was
definitely, and like, there's no reason it was a milestone for me. I was just like, this is when I feel like I own a record label if I can get a band on fest.
Yeah. I was, when you told me, because you told me that when we were supposed to do this the first time, and it got pushed, right? The announcement got pushed, right? Is that what it was?
Yeah. We were, I think it was April 15th at first, and then we got pushed to June 1st.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I was very happy for you because I remember we've talked about fests.
Yeah.
And you get to go this year, right? So.
Yes, I've never, ever been. Like, I mean, it happens around Halloween weekend, and, when all my kids were small and trick-or-treating and all of that jazz, like, it just wasn't feasible. It's still, this year, it's not going to be an easy feat for me to pull off, but
yeah.
I'm making it happen.
That's good. I was supposed to go this year, and I ended up having to back out because I didn't know the status of my parents getting back into their house and then taking the dog.
Right.
So, but they're back in the house. But it was too late by the time, you know.
Well, we still have a room in our Airbnb if you happen to snag a ticket.
Yeah, there's no way I'm going to find a ticket right now. There's no way I'm gonna find a ticket.
We're staying with Paul Neal and his wife, actually.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm so excited.
I love Paul.
Dude, he is the best human.
You've introduced me to some really good human beings in this world. You know, so
Yeah, I tried to only associate with really good human beings.
yeah, no doubt.
I have no problem cutting people out of my life. I'm like, oh, you suck, see ya.
Yeah. I got to do that a little bit more.
It's very liberating.
Yeah. No, I mean, I don't. I don't fuck with anybody that I think is like bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I mean, am I a shitbag? Yeah. Do I have shitbag friends? Of course.
Absolutely. Yeah.
You know,
I am a dumpster human, but
you know, so yeah, I think next year I'm gonna try for Fest next year, and I think I'm gonna try to go to Pooza next year too.
that'd be cool. Canada won't let me in.
So no,
No,
son of a
I have a
bitch.
record.
Well, you can run for president. You just can't
Right?
go to
Like,
Canada.
how is that fair? I can't get a job at a gas station, but this motherfucker can run for president.
Yeah, that's fucked up. That's fucked up. It's all fucked up.
Yeah.
So all right. So what bands and what days? You know what days they're playing or?
I do, but I don't know if I'm allowed to announce it yet.
Okay.
So, like, I got it on the list, but like, I didn't see anything announced on the website. I checked right before we got on. So, like, I don't want to get in trouble with the powers that be.
Yeah, no doubt. Can you say what bands though?
I'm sorry.
You did say what bands already, right?
Yeah. I can say Curse Words and Jet Fighters play Sunday, and the Sluts play Saturday.
That's awesome.
And the Sluts are opening for some of my favorite ska bands.
Nice.
So I'm pretty excited.
Paul Neal will be at that show, right?
He's going to be so upset when I drag him to all the ska sets.
Oh, man. All right. Well, that's good. So you got stuff going on with Fest. You got a comp coming out. When's the comp coming? Do we have a release date?
No, whenever I get my shit together. I was supposed to start putting it together like 2 weeks ago, and I haven't even started it yet. So
what? So we put out a comp, and it was for a benefit. So like basically we put on almost every song that was submitted, and then we didn't really put an order. Like we kind of did a tracking, but like I don't know. We did a tracking for it, but it was kind of loose. When you put a comp out, like are you the one setting it up, like the track listing and stuff?
yes.
So tell me what do you do for that?
That is like, if I let it, I could do just that task for like 2 months, just constantly rearranging songs and being like, well, how does it sound like listening to it in this order?
Yeah.
And so I don't know how I'm going to put it together, because right now I think the last comp we did with another label. So like every other song was like one of ours. And I was like, okay, well, this is the song that they played, and this is the song that kind of matches that from our label. You know what I mean? So I kind of tried to match up, like, you know, the umbrella or the genres under that punk umbrella. But I don't know, maybe I'll just do it easy and put it in alphabetical order this time.
That's funny. You know, it's funny because Danny Carney, Chainsaw Symphony, he put out this like huge comp, like not a comp, but it was just like, I think it was like demos and stuff that he had done in the past. And I know he's like everything he does is calculated, you know? So I was sitting there trying to figure out how this got put out, like the track listing. And then one of the other, I think we were doing like one of the round tables, and then I think it was Chris. He was like, "Oh, it's alphabetical." I'm like, "Oh shit, I didn't even look at that."
No, that I really enjoy doing that, but it is one of those tasks that it would make me crazy if I allowed it to.
Yeah, it would. It absolutely does. Because like I'll sit there. Yeah, that's something I would do. So with the Patreon, we do the Struggling Artist Radio. And like when I'm doing my playlists for that, like sometimes I'm like, all right, this is what I want to do. And like each block has like their own theme, you know, and like the reasoning behind it. And like, but I'm at the point sometimes when I'm in a rush, I'm like, no, we're just going to put it together. But it all, as long as the biggest thing is like sometimes like while I'm making the playlist, like on the computer, cause I write it all out and then, you know, I have to plug and play with the song. Sometimes I'm like, ooh, that one's going to be better down here. You know what I mean? But for the most part, yeah, it's just like, I don't know. That thing's been a lot of fun doing, like just like the radio stuff, you know?
Yeah, we never talked about any of that either. We'll have to have a side chat about all that. We have so much to catch up on, homie.
I know we do. We have a ton to catch up on. Yes, we do. We do need to talk about that because that would be a lot of fun. And I think there will be enough people to get like in the beginning here to get involved that like, you know, they'll be willing to, we'll be able,
I think so too.
Something. Yeah. So we'll talk about that.
I got ideas.
Yeah. Once we get done with this, if you have an extra few minutes, we'll talk about that.
Yeah,
too.
totally.
So, and then, all right. So, and then you said the comp, you're going to do CDs and just hand them out and while you're at Fest and.
Yeah, we have a big show in at the West York Inn at the Kennel in September.
Okay.
And so we're gonna have them available there, probably like for sale for, you know, mad cheap, probably like $5 or something.
Yeah.
But then my goal is just to take whatever's left over to Gainesville and just hand them out to everybody.
So what's the show in September then?
So Friday night, where it's gonna be treaties, paperback tragedy, curse words, and This Is a Train Wreck is actually coming from California, so we're all pretty excited about that.
Nice. That's some heavy hitters.
Yeah, and then that whole group, maybe not curse words, but Paperback Tragedy, Treaties, and Trainwreck is going to Baltimore then Saturday night. But Saturday night in New York, it's going to be Idle Minds, Jet Fighters, Malva's coming from Chicago, and City Escape Artist is going to come down from Pittsburgh.
Damn. So you got 2 dates there for Just Allegedly, and then one in Baltimore on the same night.
Yeah, that way we figured because Trainwreck's coming from California, we tried to help them load up with as many shows as we could while they were on the East Coast.
Are they coming out this way at all?
I think they were talking New York was the highest they were going up.
Okay. I was going to say if they were coming out further, let me know. You know?
Yeah. But I'm excited for the show, but I'm so excited just to have all of us in like one spot.
Yeah, that's going to be cool as hell. That's going to be.
Yeah, because I've never met Trainwreck at all, like in person.
Yeah. How long have they been on the label?
I want to say like a year and a half, maybe.
Okay.
That's one of Amy's bands.
Yeah.
Amy manages Malva, Trainwreck, and Amuse.
Okay.
And I got the rest on the East Coast.
Yeah. Well, that's cool, man. You got a lot going on.
Yeah, and I actually stopped doing a lot of stuff too, so that's been kind of nice. I killed Punk Box.
Yeah, thank you for all the stuff you sent. I'm still.
Oh yeah.
I still have like 10 pounds of stickers, but
you'll have stickers for the rest of your life. This is fine.
I'm sending.
I told you I was sending you shit, homie.
I know. Every month for the record club, I just I have to so I get how many members I have, right? And then I pick 3 stickers from your box plus the 2 stickers that I send out. And I piece them all together and then I send them out. I'm like, who wants CDs? I'm almost done with the CDs. Those I've just been giving away to people who want them. I've got like one little box, maybe 2 little boxes condensed with all the CDs and then so he gave me a lot of stuff.
I miss Punk Box. I would say out of all of the things I was doing, that was one of my favorites. But they increased, our shipping prices increased and the cost of the boxes increased. And I felt like everybody was so broke right now. So increasing our prices wasn't an option, you know?
Yeah, I know how that goes right now. So I'm fighting that thing. The thing is when I send out questionnaires, I usually send out quarterly. I send out what did you guys think of the last few bands? You know what I mean? And I get a lot of input from them, but there were times the end of the year of last year, I said, hey, with the price of vinyl going up, media mail went up. which is ridiculous. So like I was like, how do you guys feel if we had to raise the price? And everyone said they were cool with it. So
yeah. And yeah, I'm sure people would have been understanding. But at the same time, too, I felt like, you're doing awesome things and there's other subscription stuff out there. And like, I feel like together, like we would just be like spreading everybody too thin.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. You're definitely, Punk Box is definitely missed. I know.
Yeah, I get messages all the time about bringing it back.
Every time I talk to somebody and I explain like the Punk Box thing, and they're like, "That's such a good idea." I'm like, "I know, but it's hard when you're DIY, Like, because I basically I pitch it as like Loot Crate, but for punk rock, and or I did anyway when I was trying to, back when it was still a thing, and everyone's like, "That's such a good idea." I'm like, "Yeah, but it's tough when you're DIY, like, and that's the whole." Mm-hmm. It's hard to keep things going.
Well, and there were months where I'd have 50 subscription boxes and I packed them all and I labeled them all and I shipped them all.
Yeah. Oh, I know.
And sometimes it would be like a 3-day venture just to get these boxes out the door.
One of the
to make $2 a box at that point.
Yeah, I'm not making anything, so
yeah.
But the thing is, I'm not losing anything either. That's
that's where we would have we weren't losing anything, but like without raising our prices, we wouldn't have been able to pull off.
Yeah. So that's where I'm not in. I didn't take this over. This thing never was a money maker. If I had like 200 members, I'd make money, but.
Right.
Because I just press stuff.
My business, like all of my things, I don't ever expect to make money, but I am not in a position to put my own money into it. Right. So it has to be self-sufficient.
Yeah, that's basically where I'm at. Oh, except for the podcast. I'm in the hole with that.
Oh, yeah.
We're getting there, though. We're getting there. One day I'll grow up and I can do all this stuff for real. I might be 60 by then, but.
Yeah, I say I'm going to get my shit together, but I'm not a liar, so I'm not going to tell you that.
Oh man. Yeah. I'm trying to think. There was something I was going to tell you. I'm drawing a blank.
That's all right.
Yeah, it happens. Well, so tell me something like, all right, so you got the show in there, you do still have a lot going on though.
Yeah.
What about Scene from Shining or Scene to Shining Scene? I saw you
we're
posted
still
in
active
there.
a little bit here and there.
People post in there, I think, still, right?
Yeah, a little bit.
It's tough to see.
I use it more like for the networking. Like, hey, when I reached out, I was like, hey, I have all these things I need to promote. Who wants to interview me?
Yeah. It's just the algorithms in social media.
It is.
So
it
bad.
Sucks.
I was thinking of with the website, we have the website and we have the list of like sponsors and Punk Around and Find Out's on there and we started a Discord, which is just another thing to like have to manage. Like I'm thinking I feel like I don't know. Like I almost need like a community manager. You know what I'm saying? Like someone to take the reins on some of this stuff. Not necessarily like they don't have to like do much, but like, I'm not checking Discord. So like, and if someone was there to promote Discord and then I can give them like, they could like whatever you do in Discord, like be a moderator or what, I don't know. But like, so the reason why I started one is because of the fucking algorithms are pissing me off because I didn't know about a show that I definitely should have been aware of given like I follow them on social media. You know what I mean? So I was a little, and I was like, I'm going to do a Discord and bands are going to be able to put all their stuff there that what's going on. And like, it's like 6 people in there. So it's
I thought about doing that too on the Punk Around and Find Out website. I thought about having like a community page where everyone could just like post their shows and all this stuff. And then I was just like, then I have to manage it. And then I was like, I'm going to get tons of like porn bots. And I was just like, I don't want to deal with any of that.
Shout out to the porn bots. They like my Instagram stories a lot.
Yeah,
they do.
I have quite a few that follow me too, actually.
So how do you, let me ask you this. So how do you like kind of, Because I mean, as much as you say, like, would you call yourself a dumpster person?
Yeah.
You do a lot of things and you seem to manage them well.
I mean, I'm a project manager by trade, so it's kind of my job.
Fair enough.
And I have an insane amount of children that I have to manage everybody's schedules.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, you've got a freaking brood of kids.
Yep.
and like,
sure do, pal.
And you do all this stuff. Like, I don't know. What's the trick? I mean, I'm having a hard time managing
Google
my
calendars
dog.
and Trello.
What's Trello?
It's like this, I don't know. It's like a board. Like, I have a board for each day of the week, and like I have everything that I need to do for, each thing. And then I have a board for like allegedly that all the things I need to do. And
So spell that.
Trello.
I am looking that up. I'm going to see what that is.
Yeah, dude, I love it. And also, what's this other thing I use a lot? Hold on, let me pull it up because I just started using it not too long ago. It's called like Gremlin something.
Of course it is. I feel like if you're using it, it's going to be called something like that.
Gremlin tools.
Did you tell me to use that for like a website thing?
Yeah, probably. Like, it's like I could put in there, what did I put in there the other day? Like how to put Printful shirts on my website. And you put it in there and you put how spicy you need it. And like the spicy level is like how many steps you want it broken down into. And then you just hit search and it pulls up literally every single step that you need to do.
What do you mean spicy? What is that? What do you mean?
That's just what they call it. So like if you rate it like one little spicy pepper, then it'll maybe have like 5 points that you need to do. If you say, 4 spicy peppers, it'll give you like 15.
Is it like an AI thing? Is it like an AI tool?
I think so, yeah. Probably.
See, I like when they have like AI tools to help us do stuff.
Yes.
I don't like how people are using it just to create art, but Well,
I mean, as someone, because the product manager for an artist, like we deal with that all the time. It's something that's so frustrating for him.
I bet. I know there's like rules to AI and shit right now, but like, I don't know. They need to regulate it a little bit better. So.
Well, and I'm almost like, is college education's even going to be a necessary thing? Like, how many students are having AI write their fucking research papers right now?
College education hasn't been a thing in a long time.
Well, but you know what I mean.
The education system is a hustle. They just think that, you know what I mean? They tell you need to go to college. As I have
$150,000 in school loan debt.
Yeah. You know better than most. It's just a hustle. You can learn everything. Like, it's just, I don't know. And you're right. Like with AI and stuff, people could, but now like if you can work with AI well enough to write your finals, right? Your terms, like your term papers and stuff. Is that a class in itself? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I always I went on. I remember when I was in high school, I completely stole this career paper I had to write from schoolsucks.com. So there's always been shit out there.
Oh yeah, when I did my bachelor's degree, I took 36 credits one semester because I thought that was a good idea. And
that's a lot.
I would go to this. Yeah, dude. I don't know what there was days where I would have 7 days to do 14 assignments. Yeah, like I don't know what the fuck I was thinking, but I did it somehow. But there was this website called Brain Mass, and you could like buy research papers for like $5. And so I'd buy them, and I would, I'd rewrite them, obviously. But then like my whole fucking like reference page was already done, and
that's awesome. Yeah. That works.
Yeah.
All right. So, what else? Do you have? Is there anything else coming up you want to talk about right now, or?
I don't think so. A bunch of bands. Will West is putting out a solo album next month. I don't know if you heard about that.
No.
Yeah.
Get him in touch with me. He's taking
everything. I'm sorry?
Get him in touch with me. We'll have him on.
Yeah. I think he's taken everything he's written from like the last 15, 20 years that haven't made it onto an album for one of his bands, and he's doing something with it.
That's awesome.
So I saw him post about it, and I was like, do you want me just to release that for you, nerd? Like, yeah. So I'm pretty excited. I think Will West is a phenomenal songwriter.
Yeah, he's a great guy. Yeah, tell him to get in touch with me. I'll have him on. We'll promote it. And we'll do all that stuff.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited. He was sending me some today.
What about so do you need contributors over at Punk Around to Find Out? Do you need people over there?
Yes, I would love more writers.
Yeah, and we'll put it out there like you said, like it's not, you're not giving people like deadlines and shit like that, right?
Nope. I might check in every once in a while, like, hey, still working on this? How's it going? But like never, like I said, we all have families, we all have jobs. And I want people to put actual effort into writing reviews. Like I started it again because I was so tired of like PR companies charging bands hundreds of dollars and just like regurgitating like the fact sheet that the band submitted. And that was like their review,
Yeah. I do know. Yes.
Yeah.
It's awful.
And it's hard for bands to get reviews and like they need those for EPKs. And so like, I feel like that's how I can help in my little part of the world.
No doubt. Yeah, that's cool. So, all right. So if people want to get in touch with you, if they want to be a contributor, where are they going
to? Punk around and find out at gmail.com.
How many email addresses do you have?
Oh, Jesus Christ, like 800.
Oh, do you check them all?
So I get all the notifications on my phone and sometimes I'll go and like, I'll delete all the spam and then I'll go back and like, oh, actually, but yeah, if you email me at Punk Around and Find Out, it's probably going to take me a good week to get back to you.
All right,
just because of who I am as a person.
Yeah. Well, you're busy. You're a busy person. All right. So if they want, if there's anybody out there that wants to be a contributor to Punk Around and Find Out, writing reviews of bands and albums and shows, do you show reviews?
Venues, shows.
Venue reviews, okay.
If you want to write a short story and post it, like, I'm open to all kinds of creative things.
Cool.
Yeah.
And what is it? Punk Around and Find Out at Gmail?
Yes.
All right, cool. I'll put a link to the website anyway.
Yeah.
So
it's almost been a year since my cancer diagnosis, so I think about writing something up.
Hey.
On the anniversary of that. Yeah.
Yeah. Congrats on that. Yeah, you've had a fucking weird year, huh?
Dude, yeah. Last year can suck it for sure.
I hear you. I'm right there with you. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're doing better though? Everything's good with that?
Yeah. I just had my annual appointment. Everything looks good.
Good. Yeah. Good. I'm happy for you.
Getting used to life with fake titties.
Yeah. You gonna go dance?
No, they don't look great, dude. I don't have nipples anymore, so that's like weird.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know how that works. I don't know. So
yeah. It's like a fucked up Barbie doll.
I remember when you were we were recovering from all this, and like we were talking about something. You were telling me like how much pain you're in. I'm like, if you don't rest, I'm gonna drive out there and like tie you down. Like
you and everybody else.
Yeah.
Dude, it is so hard for me to sit still. And I should have, because I've had some complications afterward due to me not relaxing the way I should have.
Right. But you're okay now.
Yeah. I'm good.
All right. Good. Well, well, congrats on a year of being free of that. And yeah, and allegedly by Snubbed. Is there a website for that?
Snubbed by Allegedly?
Shit. Snubbed by... I told you I had a rough day, okay?
No, it's all good. Actually, if you just go to the Allegedly website, there's a
section
a section for that. Yeah, I didn't feel like creating a whole new website.
I don't blame you. So.
Yeah. And everything there, like we give you a little write-up about the band, and all of those links just go directly to the band's band camps.
To their band camps. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. And then more news on the fest announcements, right? As the weeks go on.
Yep, as soon as I am allowed to say, I will be telling the world. Yeah.
We know you will.
Yeah. I got to get people at the venue, man. That's my job.
Hey, are you coming out here for Tim Nave?
When is it? Let me write it down.
June 22nd.
Oh, dude, you're killing me. It's like, what, next weekend?
It's in 2 weeks.
So listen, I'm convinced that Tim Nave is like an Appalachian cryptid.
Really?
Because twice now I was supposed to meet him and I have not.
Allegedly, he's no pun intended. He's staying. He's going to be sleeping on my couch.
That's amazing. I love him. I love his wife. They're amazing people.
Yeah. So he's going to be playing in Maine. And I was like, maybe I'll go to that show. And then I was trying to get him a gig in Boston, and I don't think he got back to the guy in time or something. But I was like, well, look, I can try to find something, or you could just play my house if you because like he's got a date like on the other side of it. So he's got Friday in Maine, Sunday he's like somewhere like central west of here, and then I was like Saturday, if you just want to like chill out, have a good time, maybe play a couple songs in my house, whatever, I'll have people over.
Yeah.
So we're doing it.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So,
he's so fucking talented too. Oh my God.
Yeah, he is. The song that came out on the Doping the Void album too, like,
dude. Every time I see them, I'm like, you need to just make a Doping the Void / Tim Nave entire album.
It was so good.
It was so good. I listen to it all the time.
I know. It's awesome. It's awesome. So, but yeah. So anyway, he's going to be coming out here. And I guess you won't be. Okay, fine.
No, that's pretty close. Money's kind of tight. I don't know if I can make that work, but I would love to.
I know. We'll have you out here for one of these shows. So
yeah,
I still got to make my way back.
Or you could come in September to the York show.
That's a pot. What's the date on it?
Friday the 13th.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I'll have to see. I'll have to see about that. That would be the worst day ever for me. Who knows?
No, come on.
I've been talking with, I would like to go check out the pie shop too at some point. So.
When am I going? July 6th. I'll be at the pie shop for Diesel Boy.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm so excited.
That's the, Our Brains Hurt show, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that's cool.
I thought their only East Coast show was going to be Camp Pennsylvania, and I was super fucking bummed. And then they pulled that one out. I was like,
nice. You're not going to camp, huh?
No, fuck no.
I know.
I'd rather drag my eyeballs across concrete.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, man. All right. Well, all right. Where can people find social media? Shout out the social medias to everything that's going on.
Allegedly Records. Pretty much on everything. Punk around and find out. My personal IG for that one, which Chubbs McSqueezely.
Okay. And and then the websites. I'll put the websites in the show notes so people can follow the links to there.
Perfect.
As well. Cool. Bree, this was fun. I enjoy catching up with you.
It's been good seeing you.
We're gonna talk. It's been
too long.
Way too long. We're gonna talk off air for a few minutes though, because I think we got some top secret squirrel shit going on.
Some business to discuss.
Yeah. So thanks for always coming by and
of course
making me laugh.
Thanks for having me as always.
Yeah, of course.
Gotta be goofy.
We'll talk soon.
All right, man.
All right, and that's the show. I want to thank Bree Myers again for being today's guest on the Struggling Artist Podcast. In the show notes, you will find links to all things Allegedly Records. Check them out. Check out the bands on the label. They're great. Thank you to Chris Chavez for doing what he does, producing the podcast. Thank you to State Line Records for sponsoring this podcast. And thank you to the band Loser Circle for allowing us to use their song, The Great Illusion of Time, off of the album Took Long Enough. Thank you to everybody over at Patreon supporting us. If you want to become a patron, head to patreon.com /podcast TSA. Check out the tiers, what the contributions are for that. Everything donated to us goes to help with building the podcast back better. I don't know if that was proper, but anyway, that's what happens. Events, weed pull, new equipment, all that stuff. New software, it all goes to that. And we appreciate everyone over there supporting us. If you want to become a patron, like I said, patreon.com /podcast TSA. Thank you to everybody who listens to the podcast, shares the podcast, talks about the podcast, craps all over the podcast, listens to the podcast while they're pooping, all that stuff. We appreciate you all. If you want to give some feedback, you can always email me, Trev@thestrugglingartistpodcast.com, or you can hit up the hotline. You can text or call. Text the number 774-570-1552. And if you feel like leaving a voicemail, leave one at 774-570-1552. All right, we're going to get out of here. It's time to play a song. We have a song from Allegedly Records that we're going to play, and I don't know the name of it. I do know the name of it. The song is called Like a Hero by the band This Is a Train Wreck, Just Like My Life. Until next week, take care of yourselves. We'll talk to you then.
About what lies ahead, scared my shadows left my side. What's out there to make me feel fun? And like a hero, I put my shoes on, take the step out the front door.